Boker Tov, good morning. Today is Friday, July 31st, Erev Shabbat Nachamu, when we'll be reading the Haftarah that opens with those words, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, be comfort, comfort my people. And it's the first of 7 Haftarot that we'll be reciting, in which God offers, through the words of the Nevi'im, there is comfort to the Jewish people, to help restore us and restore our spirit, and brings us actually all the way up to Rosh Hashanah time. I want to have us think about just one component here, and that is, what's the nature of comfort? How do we relate to comfort, and more specifically, the Comforter? Because the same words of comfort can come across differently, and indeed, it might be less important, the words that are recited, than the Comforter himself or herself being present for us in the moment that we need it. I come at this from actually a midrashic read that's found in the Sefer Avudaram on the Haftarot. This is what he quotes the Midrash saying the following. But we have a Midrash al derech tzachot, and the Midrash offers a somewhat important homiletic reading of how these Haftarot work. Ki tiknu lomar b'tchilat ha'haftarot hanachamot nachamu nachamu ami. Because the sages initially established that we should recite these words, and really in God's and sort of the way things actually worked. That we began with this haftarah, where God says that you should comfort my people. Kolomar, that is to say, Shakadosh Baruch Hu Amar L'Nevi'im, that God spoke to the prophets and He said to them, Nachamu Nachamu Ami, you Nevi'im, go and offer comfort to my people. Al zeh meshiva Knesset Yisrael, on this, the house, the assembly of Israel, the congregation of Israel, responded with next week's haftarah, which opens Vatomer Tzion Azavani Ad Hashem, and Zion said, God has left me. Klomar Eini mitpayeset minachamat hanevi'im, as if they were saying, look, I'm not taking comfort from the prophets offering the comfort to me. And so, Ve'omer aniyah sora lo nuchama, that a storm-tossed boat that doesn't receive comfort. Klomar hanevi'im chozrim ve'omim l'fnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the week after Haftarah. As if to say that the prophets go and say back to God, Heinei Knesset Yisrael lo nitpaisa b'tanchumim shalanu. It's just not working. Israel is not receiving and at ease and comforted in our words of comfort. Al zeh chozer HaKadosh Baruch Hu v'omer, on this God, now 4 Haftarot. These are opening lines. We're cherry picking the first lines of the Haftarot. Then God said, V'omer anochi anochi hu menachimchem. God says, it is I who is your comforter. So what is that takeaway? I think it's really in the context of what I said to you a few moments ago. That look, the Nevi'im are going to say this, very meaningful words of comfort that God has to offer. The Haftarah Nachamu is very beautiful, but that it doesn't take hold. Why? Why doesn't it take hold? Because the people are saying, I need your embrace, God. It's not good enough that there's someone else, well-intentioned as they are, your shaliach, your shlichim, your messengers to us, saying all the right words. That just doesn't do it. We need you to say the words. We need you to be there to provide comfort. And without it, we're just not going to be where we need to be. It's not going to work for us. And that's just such an important statement to all of us when we think about how significant our presence can be for people, and indeed might need to be. Look, it's a good mussar to a rabbi, and it's a good mussar for all of us, that the people need comfort. There are people always in our orbit who need us, need someone who will express to them show them that they are feeling their pain and want to be there somehow to embrace them. And it matters who the people are who come to offer those words. So what does that say? It says that we have to show up. We have to show up for one another, not presume that, oh, well, because someone else already said how you doing, is empathetic towards another, that will do the trick. To presume that it is I, ultimately, who needs to be there for the other person. I guess it means if you're a total stranger to them, no, don't bother. But if you're someone who has had relationship, and indeed where relationship matters, then that moment, that relational connection is what's needed at the time that people are hurting. Let's all be there for one another in difficult times, especially to be able to show our care and to show our love and to comfort each other in the truest way that emerges from our bonds of affection and relationship. With that, we will indeed bring about the comfort of Zion all over people and each one another. Have a Shabbat Shalom.